Hey friend, welcome back. It's time for our weekly chat, so join me once again on a quest to become a better artist. There's this idea in art that talent is the deciding factor, that some people are just born with it while others will always struggle to catch up. But I want to be brutally honest with you. Talent matters less than you might think. What really shapes an artist, what gives them the so called unfair advantage, are points that aren't always easy to hear, but once you've accepted them and tried to use them to your advantage, they can change everything. So let's talk about them. Let's talk about the truths that don't always sound cozy or glamorous, but are silently powerful. Truth number one: nobody cares as much as you think. When you post a drawing online or when you hang up a painting at the local fair, when you share your sketchbook, it feels like the whole world is watching. Like you've just stepped outside naked, standing in a busy street. Every flaw, every shaky line, every mistake seems magnified. But the truth is, nobody cares as much as you do. People scroll fast. They glance, they like, they move on without a second thought. The weight of perfection lives only in your own head, not in theirs. Everyone is the main character of their own life. This can make you feel discouraged at first, but it's actually liberating. Because if nobody is scrutinizing you as hard as you might think, then you're free. Free to experiment, free to post the messy stuff, free to make 100 bad drawings and not have it define you. The unfair advantage here: once you realize most people aren't paying that much attention, you stop being paralyzed by judgment, you take risks, and you grow faster. Truth number two: consistency beats inspiration every time. Inspiration feels amazing, it's intoxicating, but it's also unreliable. If you only create when you feel inspired, you'll create far less than you want to. Consistency is king, as we covered in my last video. Consistency is what builds skill. It's what makes your art evolve, and it's what separates the "I wish I could draw" crowd from the "I've been drawing for 10 years and look at where I am now" people. The hard truth: most of your progress will come from the days you don't feel like it, but you do it anyway. Not because it's glamorous, not because it's exciting, but because you showed up. It's not about forcing masterpieces every day, it's about building trust with yourself. The unfair advantage: artists who show up consistently, even without inspiration, outpace everyone else over time. Truth number three is you can't do everything. Let's face it, we all want to master everything: every style, every medium, every subject matter. But here's the thing: you just can't. It's next to impossible. And trying will just burn you out. The artists who stand out, the ones who seem to grow faster, often aren't the most talented. They're the most focused ones. They pick a lane, they explore it deeply, and they build their skill layer by layer. It doesn't mean you can't experiment. By all means, have fun, but choosing where you put your energy matters more than trying to do it all. And that's where the unfair advantage lies. Focus creates momentum, and momentum builds faster growth than scattered effort ever will. Truth number four is your taste will always outpace your skill. This is a tough one. When you start making art, you probably already know what you like. You have good taste. You can see what makes other artists' work beautiful. But when you try to create, your hand doesn't match your vision. And that gap, it's painful as hell. Sometimes it makes you feel like you're failing. But truthfully, that gap never fully goes away. Even when you're skilled, your taste will keep evolving, and your art will always feel like it's just a little, if not a lot, behind. The unfair advantage is that once you accept that the gap is part of the process, you stop seeing it as a failure and start seeing it as proof that you're still growing. That dissatisfaction should become your fuel instead of shame. Truth number five is that you don't need motivation, you need systems. Motivation is a finicky friend. Systems are what carry you when motivation leaves. A system can be as simple as a daily sketch routine, or always keeping your sketchbook in your bag, or just setting up your workspace. So it's easy to start and ready to go. The truth: if your art relies on motivation, you'll struggle. You'll struggle often, but if it relies on systems, you'll thrive most of the time. The unfair advantage here is simple: systems Turn your art from something you hope you'll get around to into something that's as easy as breathing. Truth number 6 is that failure is required. Not just inevitable, but required. You can't get any better at art without failing and failing often. Every bad drawing, every botched painting, every piece you hate in your sketchbook is a stepping stone. The artists who improve the fastest aren't the ones who make the least mistakes. They're the ones who make the most, because they create the most. After 1,000 bad drawings, it might seem to you that they never make mistakes, but you didn't get to see what it took them to get here and draw that hand so effortlessly. It's not fun to admit, but the sooner you embrace failure, the sooner you grow. That's the unfair advantage, the courage to fail more often than the people around you. Truth number 7 is that talent doesn't win, persistence does. Yes, some people pick up things faster, depending on your interests and natural ability to learn, but speed doesn't matter as much as persistence does. Plenty of talented people quit when it gets hard, and plenty of average beginners keep going until they're excellent. The unfair advantage here is being the one who sticks around. Persistence outshines talent over time. Truth number 8 is boring practice works. We all love life hacks, we love shortcuts, but the truth is that the boring stuff works. If it was easy, everyone would do it. Practicing anatomy, drawing basic shapes, repeating exercises. These are the things that build real skill. Most people avoid them because they're not glamorous, which means if you lean into them, you'll grow faster than most. That's the unfair advantage, doing the unsexy work nobody else wants to do. Truth number 9, nobody will give you permission. A lot of artists are waiting for someone to say, yes, you're ready, you're good enough. But the reality, nobody is coming to give you permission. You have to take it yourself. You have to post your work before it feels perfect. You have to call yourself an artist before you feel ready. You have to step into that identity, not wait to be invited. The unfair advantage is those who give themselves permission move faster than those who are still waiting to be good enough to start. And truth number 10 is most people quit too soon. This might be the hardest truth of all, but people who start drawing, painting, writing, they quit. They stop before the magic ever happens. They stop when they're still at the beginning of their journey. They stop before they ever have the chance to get good. And here's where the unfair advantage lies. Don't quit. Keep going long enough to see what happens. Outlast the frustration, outlast the doubt, outlast the impatience. Because on the other side of all of that is growth. And most people never get there because they gave up too soon. These unfair advantages in art aren't secret techniques or magic tools or rare bursts of talent. They're not easy, they're not glamorous, but they're powerful. And once you accept them, they can change the way you see your art and the world around you. Because art isn't about being the chosen one, or being lucky, or being born with something special. It's about showing up, about staying, about building your own advantage through honesty, patience, and persistence. And that's the brutal truth that nobody tells you. But it's also the truth that can set you free. As always, I'll see you in the next one.